Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Quixotic topic. My name is Daquan, and today I am joined by
Hey guys, my name is Solomon Salido.
and
My name is Joseph Bata.
and today we're going to be talking about energy, specifically the things and activities that give you energy and the things and activities that take away your energy. And so, Joe, I want to ask you, what takes away energy from you?
Wow. Taking away energy, physical activity, definitely. Sports, track, soccer, classes, and as well.
Classes here at the North Carolina
Classes.
School of Science and
Yeah,
Math.
classes here at school. Since my day typically starts around 7:30 when I wake up for 8 a.m. class, and then I have class throughout the whole day, and so I'm very tired by like 2 p.m. So usually I'll try to take a nap sometime in between my free blocks, and then I also usually take another nap around 8 or 9 p.m. And I think that's like in combination of that and like my actual sleep gets me around 7 or so hours at night.
Is that enough for you?
Probably not, but it's good enough. Just not good.
Yeah. All right. And so moving on to you, Solomon. What takes away your energy from a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think Joseph really hit the nail on the head. It's good enough, but it's not good. I think the students at science and math, they really have to make do with what sleep they can get. It's like you can pick two out of the three.
The
Social
scholar's
life.
triangle.
Yeah,
social life,
life.
homework, and sleep.
Exactly. I realistically can only pick one, sadly, but some overachievers can pick two. But I would also say, I don't know, my sleep here at school has not been that fulfilling.
Oh no.
I haven't gotten a lot of it. But I will say there's a trade-off, like that enables me to be able to kind of hang out with friends, specifically like at night and stuff. I would also say what gives me energy, specifically at school, I guess just like being like validated by like anything. So like if I get a good grade on something I spent a while, like an ungodly amount of time on, like that's good. That'll keep me going. Or like this one's kind of, I mean, it's kind of humor, but not really. Like if somebody gives you a compliment, if you're a dude, you remember that for years.
I definitely agree with that.
I remember two girls in sixth grade told me I had nice eyebrows. I still blush thinking about it.
In like middle school, there would always be like people like guys that get compliments by girls like, oh, you have such nice eyes, and then like I would be sitting next to them. I'm like, okay, what about my eyes?
Oh no.
That's tough.
It was like it kind of
That drains energy.
it drained my energy. It drained my confidence.
Your
To be
confidence.
honest, so I was like, wow, these are such like attractive looking guys. I mean, not really.
What
They're like
about me?
they're middle schoolers. Like, it was like, no one compliments my eyes or no one compliments my eyebrows. I'm like,
Joseph, I would like to, on the record, officially say you have very nice eyes.
thank you, Solomon.
You're
You also
welcome.
have very nice
Does
eyes.
that give you?
I appreciate
Does
that.
that give you energy?
That,
Well,
that
now
gives me energy.
I could make do with 3 hours of sleep tonight just because that will spur me onward as I clack away at my paper. I'll just remember.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how when people talk to each other, like me especially, since I'm a relatively extroverted person and I did start up this whole podcast thing, I do tend to get energy from talking to other people, and so I would say that something that gives me energy other than just talking is also like food and drink.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
on a literal scale. I remember when my mom had like my first trip to Starbucks. Oh, I know this is like a very first world thing. But, I remember my first trip to Starbucks, and she bought me like a frappuccino. And I think this was right before I had to go to school because I was off for like a doctor's or dentist appointment or something of the sort. And so like I had it. I zoomed through like the entire day. Like I remember getting back, like my mom dropped me off, and it was about like 11-ish, and like I took a step and I was on the bus.
how old were you at the
Oh, I
time?
couldn't have been too old. I think I was around like I want to say like 14 to anywhere between 11 to 14 is a possible age this could have happened. I don't have a very good caffeine tolerance.
Daquan, that might not have been caffeine. Just throwing it out there.
I feel like Starbucks and like coffee in general just never gave me energy. I need, like, if I need energy, I need something more.
Well, yeah, you feel that it's fake. It's not sustenance. It's
Fake.
I need like
yeah,
the,
it's fake energy.
Well, I
I need
mean,
like
it's
the-
caffeine,
the
right?
300 milligram Bang.
Yeah.
That, like, if I need
Being,
energy,
being a
that's
sports drink, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
not like like
Yeah,
this.
well,
the
I mean,
drink.
it's a drink, right?
Yeah, the drink.
Okay.
Or like the there's another one called Rain. I mean, it's basically the same thing. But if I need like energy, that's what I'll drink. Or I'll take like a caffeine pill. But like
Where do
soda.
you get caffeine pills?
What?
Where do you get
Amazon. My roommate got what 500, 200 milligram pills for give or take $20. I don't know.
Oh,
That's pretty
That's
good.
a, that's
yeah,
pretty good.
that's a pretty solid
I will
deal.
say, like, those have kept me alive, so I'm eternally grateful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I need to take like caffeine pills too often, or
Yeah,
like
because
take
like at that
caffeine.
point, isn't that kind of a drug?
It is a drug.
No, it definitely
Oh,
is.
okay.
I feel like I think
So
I
is
just
society.
from. I feel like I'll just like take a nap to energize myself. If I know I'm gonna have a long day, then I'll probably consume caffeine. But like soda and coffee, it just doesn't do it for me.
Do you think that's because you've just had it for so much, or are
No.
you just genetically superior?
I think I'm just. I mean, it's not like eugenics or
almost said
anything. But I just.
I'm immune to coffee.
I mean, yeah, in like some sort of way, a little bit. I'm just not the coffee type either. So.
I think
Yeah.
that like I've made it's kind of my personal philosophy that I only drink coffee when I don't need it. Like only drink coffee on vacations. It's like why do I need caffeine? And that's because I see caffeine as kind of like a luxury drink, and like honestly that's kind of affected my whole outlook on just food in general. For example, I always look at like caffeine, and this is also tied to the fact that I play like so many video games. So I look at it, I was like, oh yes, this is an energy potion. It will give you a set amount of work
boy.
hours for a certain amount of time, and then like water is just like, oh yes, a health potion.
Dude, 3 a.m. water from the kitchen sink, that is a true health potion. That
Yeah.
hits so different.
You like feel your soul
That
like return
sustains
to
me.
you.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I prefer the actual water fountain water, to be honest.
You're a fool, Joseph.
I think the
I'm
water
sorry.
fountain.
I would like
it's
to
pretty
highlight
cold.
the error of your ways, Joseph. Okay,
I would disagree.
think
All right,
about it.
all right.
this.
So water fountain versus kitchen sink. All right, go.
Water fountain is colder for one.
Uh-huh.
Second, there's a bottle filling station. Who wants to fill their water bottle at a tap?
Okay, you guys.
Nobody.
You guys can't see my reactions, but I'm clearly not phased.
All
right,
He is
Joseph.
quite
All right, Joseph.
quite nonplussed about the
I
matter.
think you're quaking in your boots right now.
I am not. I am not. Here's the deal, Joe. Any true drinker of water will know that the quickest way to get water into your body is to chug it. Now, first of all, let me say this.
Continue. I'm gonna let you finish.
Badlands
Just saying
chugs.
you had. Yeah, let me shout out my man Badlands Chugs.
Who
Okay,
is
real
that?
quick. He's a YouTuber. He basically chugs drinks and stuff, but
That sounds dangerous.
he's a very great man. I would look
He's
him
very
up.
experienced.
He's very experienced. Yes.
in chugging.
Hey, you're trying to knock me off. Wait a second. He knows I'm coming up with some heat. All right.
All right.
So just say you had a gallon of water. Now, what was one of the fatal flaws in your argument, right? You said it's colder. Well, any true water drinker knows that you cannot chug cold water. That's not something you can do. Okay, also, the water fountain, the volume that it pumps out per minute, that's not enough, Joe. That's not enough. See, the thing is, like, I went to bed at 6 or something. I had the luxury of just like falling asleep at 6, and then I just wake up at 3 a.m. Something.
Right,
So,
as you
know,
do, as you
yeah,
do.
Probably at home.
Yeah,
that
super
would never
normal.
fly here, but yeah. As you do, you wake up, you're groggy, you're dehydrated, you need water, and you need it now. Are you gonna go to the water fountain and take the 2 drops per minute? Are you gonna go to the kitchen sink put your head under the tap, turn it on. I mean, that's refreshment.
Well,
that's
see,
refreshment.
Here, I'll point out
Throw
two
your shame.
things.
Throw your shame
I will
away.
point out two
Your
things in
hubris
your
is your
argument.
downfall.
First,
all right.
First, you're talking about logistics here. I'm just talking about the pure taste and
Logical man.
satisfaction of water.
Oh my god.
Water from the water fountain, cold water after a hard workout, very, very delicious. Second off, you go to bed at 6 p.m., wake up at 3 a.m. Yeah. I mean, I'm not shaming your sleep schedule. Like mine is terrible, but you go to your sink to grab water. I go to my very cold garage to grab water, bottled water.
Ooh, yeah. I can't listen to your argument.
Wait,
Don't cut him off.
Are you against bottled water?
Yes, I am, Joseph.
Why?
First of all, think of the turtles. But I'm gonna take.
I'm
gonna take. What is it? The ethos. I'm gonna get intellectual here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the person to person. Like, this is now just purely logical. Okay. Any true water drinker, which I will say I identify as such. My parents raised me right. Any true water drinker, they know that no bottled water tastes right. It doesn't. Also, you think one bottle of water will quench my thirst? No, sir.
He's a thirsty boy.
I'm a thirsty boy.
Sir, I buy the 32 packs of water, sir. I think there's more than enough.
Then another thing that you're gonna have to factor in is like the time delta, because like if you're thirsty and like you need some quench, like the amount of time it's gonna take to like finish an entire water bottle and then unscrew another water bottle. It's like at that point, like you're pretty much wasting time. With a sink, if you just like get your mouth under there and just like go buck wild, like you can go until you have to stop.
That's what I like to hear.
Think about what happens after. After you crane your neck to grab water from the sink. You have water all over your face.
That's good.
All over your shirt.
That's good.
And what do you have to do after? You have to dry off.
You just take the shirt off.
Take the simple water bottle.
Okay,
you drink it. Bring it to your lips. It's easy.
It's
perplexing. It's very easy. What's the word? Very ergonomic, I would say.
Joseph, you're letting your emotions play into your argument. I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down a little bit. Okay?
Is that not pathos?
I don't know. I really don't know. Yes, ma'am. I do go to the School of Science and Math, a very prestigious institution. Cream of the crop, some would say. Okay, Joseph. Let me add a variable. Let me get a little wild. Add a variable. Say you fell asleep under a blanket. Now, personally, okay, when I wake up, I'm sweaty and I'm like, it's hot. Like, it's hot, right? So you might be sweating a little bit. So that little bit of water on your fingertips, it's just the millisecond more to open the water bottle. And I think the milliseconds is where you really make or break the argument. So I think you overlooked that, and that was your fatal flaw.
I don't think the milliseconds count.
Also, hey, let me finish my point. Come on, you're kind of bulldozing me. I think the sink is a 2-for-1 special, because you didn't mention you got a little, like, it might splash on your face a bit. I think that's like refreshing, because again, you're waking up, you're groggy, you're dehydrated. Okay, the cold water hits your face, the room temperature water hits your face. That's a little bit refreshing.
The last thing I need when waking up at 3 a.m. is for water to splash on my face.
To each his own.
Okay. And so I think that kind of philosophy what it comes down to is what happens after. Like, are you going back to bed? Like, if you wake up at 3 a.m., are you about to start your day? Are you about to like sit down and watch YouTube for a bit? Or are you going back to sleep? Because if you're going back to sleep, then I can understand not wanting to have like water on you, because like then eventually like the time it takes to dry off, that's going to end up being equal to the amount of time it takes to unscrew and get 2 water bottles. But if you're going to just be up and active and ready, like you already pretty much washed your face, so there's only like a couple more steps you have to do for you to be pretty much ready for the day, right?
That's good insight.
Well, if I wake up at 3 a.m., I'm probably just laying there on my phone for the next 3 hours.
So you're up.
I'm up, but I'm not getting ready for my day, because I'll usually go back to bed at like 6 a.m.
So you just get into like a almost comatose state
Yeah.
and you just kind of chill.
I wake up, want to go back to sleep, but can't because I'm thirsty, of course.
All right, and so here's kind of an alternate route.
Yeah.
So instead of having to like wake up and then get out of bed and go like find cool water bottles or having to like chug under a sink, if you have a water bottle and a mini fridge, you just have that by your bed and you put the water bottle into the fridge, right? Not on the fridge, not beside the fridge, but into the fridge, and let it cool, and then you take it back out. You can chug that. You can chug that because at that point you get to determine the rate. And also, most water bottles are of larger volume. Well, plastic water bottles. That wait, hold on. Reusable water bottles. Those are usually of higher volume than just regular plastic. So not only is there's more water to drink, you can control the rate at which you chug. And well, that could be argued for the other water bottle. I'm just gonna focus on the whole like volume aspect to make my argument seem a bit better. And so I think that would kind of solve the problem in a sense of just like, instead of having to really kind of decide which one you're going to go for once you wake up at 3 a.m., you just whip the huge water bottle out and go for it.
I'm really not sure how my parents feel about me putting a mini fridge in my room. But...
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you may remember, you may not, but we did mention a very famous, very infamous YouTuber named Badlands Chugs. Now, Badlands has actually laid this very topic out, like the cold water chug. Now, before we watch this video, right?
Well, you can't watch the video.
Data. Well, we will. We'll look at the data and we'll relate to our faithful listeners, right?
All right.
The cold water, it doesn't go down easy. It doesn't, right? Badlands, in one of his videos titled 1.5 liter water chug after eating breath mints, ! He shows us this very principle. Now, you will notice it takes significantly longer for Mr. Badlands Booker to chug this 1.5 liter water bottle because of the breath mints. Now, the breath mints make your mouth feel cold, and that makes it harder to chug fast. I would say just leave the water bottle out by your bedside so you don't even have to get out of bed to chug the water, and it's room temperature. It goes down easy. Y'all should have some experience.
Do you like room temperature water?
I love it. If I need to get my water fix.
I think that's where
I'm
the
okay
difference
with room
lies.
temperature water.
I cannot drink room temperature water.
I would say ideal is slightly below. Also, this raises another important question. Ice in your drinks, yes or no?
No.
Depends on the drink.
No,
Never.
sir.
Depends.
Never ice.
I'm sorry.
Depends.
Never.
Now, if
Thank you, Daquan. You're good, man.
if I go to McDonald's,
Why are you going to McDonald's?
well, McDonald's is fantastic.
Oh,
If I
sorry,
go,
that's
lost.
another
He's already
argument.
lost. He's already lost.
If I go, don't shame a man for his.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would say that in the hyper consumer society that we live in, because we do live in a society, given that there are so many options, McDonald's is like,
If I want something cheap and I'm stressed for time, I'm going to McDonald's.
McDonald's ain't cheap
Okay?
no more.
McDonald's is McDonald's is pretty cheap. Anyways,
Bring back.
it
the
depends.
dollar
It depends on the drink.
Strictly dollar, baby.
I don't drink soda.
okay, so off the
if
off
I
the
go
case,
like
mean,
if I like go to McDonald's, ask for a sweet tea, I'd say make it a sweet tea, no ice, please, because it's
That's
already cold. Now,
I would.
it's gonna sound bad, but
I'm gonna drop.
if I'm getting like a Bloody Mary or something,
why
or
would
like
you have a Bloody Mary?
I have family friends that enjoy drinking.
Oh, boy.
If I'm getting like a Bloody Mary or something, Bloody Marys have ice. I'm gonna drink it with ice.
I have dignity.
I have dignity.
All right. Let me tell you a story of what happened to me.
Well, before you start that, I kind of think it's weird to be drinking a Bloody Mary
I
with
think that's
ice,
weird.
because that's just like tomato paste, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tomato juice.
Yeah, it's just tomato juice.
Well, not only there's alcohol in it.
oh,
I mean, you could also get a Virgin
justifies
Mary
it.
with no alcohol.
That's just V8, son.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that
like
is just V8.
it's like
that's
it's like
just V8.
it's like I don't know what it is, vodka,
Okay,
something.
okay.
Well, I mean, vodka's
and then
potatoes, so
V8.
yeah, that's still V8.
Yeah. French fries, potatoes, ketchup. That's potatoes, tomatoes. Same thing.
All right.
I would like to draw that connection.
Sullivan, would you like to continue your point?
Yeah. Yes. So let me tell you a story of one of our recent breaks. Okay, I was home. Me and my friend Robert decided, hey, we're feeling a little bit famished, right? After our long day, just hang out, right? Let's go to Chick-fil-A. Now, Chick-fil-A, as we all know, is a great establishment. Chicken sandwiches are just simply unrivaled. Okay. Now, I like to treat myself a little bit, so I decided.
I don't
You
know
know
if
what?
they're unrivaled.
They are unrivaled.
They are.
Popeyes is.
They're
trash.
unrivaled.
Yeah. Thank you, Joseph. Common ground.
All right,
You hear that,
never mind.
listeners? Okay. So as I was saying before, Daquan rudely interrupted me.
I apologize.
I said, you know what? Let me get some lemonade, right? Now, you'll see the error of my ways pretty soon. This is how I ordered it. Yes, and for my drink, can I get lemonade, please? Right? Simple enough. I get into the car. I start opening up my food. I take a swig. Swig's all you get. They fill the whole cup up with ice. So ice is just another tool to take from the consumer. That's why I cannot, in
I
clear
think-
Are they
conscience,
taking from the consumer or are they deceiving the consumer?
taking.
Oh,
They
okay.
took my money. They
With
won.
certain restaurants, you have to know how
here we
much.
go.
No, you have to know how much ice they give you.
The ice
Chick-fil-A
to drink
gives a
ratio?
lot of ice.
Ice makes it
You-
hard. Okay, Joe. I have-
Chick-fil-A gives you a lot of ice in your cups.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you ask for no ice.
Well, I do. I do.
What happens?
Every time. They give me no ice when I ask for no ice. And you know what? I get to enjoy my drink, and it's still cold because it came out of the machine,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
That's good.
That is
But
good.
You have to make sure, because if you don't ask for no ice, you're just getting ice. You're getting like
No, only
3/4
ice.
ice and like a quarter drink.
Yes.
So just
So-
make sure you ask.
So, Solomon,
But-
are you trying to tell us that there's a conspiracy there?
There is a conspiracy there.
In the sense that like ice allows for the company to save on having to actually spend money on refilling drink machines.
They're cutting down food
I'm not
costs.
gonna.
Yeah,
gonna,
but what about the cost of ice?
It's less. It's water.
yeah.
Well,
It's
it's
frozen water, Joseph.
It's
They gotta
still
keep that frozen
water
water.
nonetheless.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
No.
Water from your taps.
I feel like it's more of a kick in the teeth more than anything. I
I mean,
feel
more
that.
like a icy cold blast to the teeth.
Yeah. Also, speaking of the icy cold blast to the teeth, this raises another issue with ice, right? I got sensitive chompers. Okay. Now I'm sure. What? I'm gonna just say it.
I'm sorry.
Stop laughing at me, Daquan.
No, it was just
That's very insensitive.
You're.
I feel for you, Solomon. I'm sorry.
No,
that,
no, no.
I'm sorry, Daquan can't
not cool.
empathize with your sensitive choppers.
Yeah. It's okay.
If you
I'll
need
let
help,
it
I'm here
slide.
for you.
Look, your sensitive teeth problem.
won't
I can
let it
definitely
slide.
empathize with that.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can't let it slide.
Okay.
Your teeth are
Oh,
sensitive.
no, it's okay. So I got sensitive teeth, right? So I go to a restaurant, and this one we're sitting down. Okay. Waiter asks, "What do you guys want to drink?" "Water, please." Okay. You will see.
Water.
Yeah, water's a common theme with me. I only drink water. I've never had anything that's not water.
You just
Never.
said you ordered a lemonade from Chick-fil-A.
That's water. Well, as you heard, it's all water. Hey, Quan, let's not nitpick here, okay? Let's not
okay.
nitpick.
Okay.
I can probably get 2 ounces of water at the time because, like, at
2
a time
ounces?
because there's this giant blockade of ice, right? And ice floats, as we all know.
Well-
as we all know here at the School of Science and Math, ice floats. So that's the first thing my sensitive little pearly whites there are greeted with. So I gotta either like kind of hold the ice at bay with my teeth while I tip the glass back. But you know I can't do
You
that.
just swallow the ice cubes.
Are you serious?
You can just
Are
let
you
the
serious,
ice
Daquan?
melt.
You can just let the ice melt?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean,
You
if you let the ice melt in a
It's not a
glass of
waiting
water,
game.
what are you left with?
Water.
Right.
Exactly.
But this
no
is not
ice.
a waiting
Let
game.
it melt.
But again, just the glass is like half half ice.
Well, at that point, that might be the strat though, because then, like,
It's the
if
same
you get
volume.
if you get a cup of ice and water, or I guess a cup of ice water, and then you have your meal, and you start eating your meal, and as you eat, the ice will gradually melt. Once you're done and you feel parched, you have like that kind of buffer. And then also, kind of the ultimatum here is straws. Just use a straw.
No, sir. Because, I mean,
Is it because of the turtles?
no. Do not label me as an environmentalist. How dare you, sir?
I
How
apologize.
dare you?
I
Well, I
apologize.
You should have heard earlier in this conversation, how should I say this? I like to chug water, Joseph. Now, do you think I can get an acceptable volume of water through a tiny little straw? No, sir.
Well, what about 2 straws?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What about a vacuum?
This poses an interesting question.
Yeah, just use 2
You could
straws.
chug from a plastic bottle.
Yeah, but I don't want to. 1, because it doesn't taste right.
All right, we're
2,
kind
because
of
it costs more.
in a circular argument here.
That's good.
Figure tap water in the bottle. Just chug it.
Joseph. I have a reusable water bottle that I use, and I use it faithfully. Okay? I even use it with your water fountain. Okay? Okay? I'm saying the epitome of a refreshment is when you wake up and you once were lost.
Is it
But
because
you see the sink and you go and you chug, you throw away your pride, and you just chug. Like that is.
So do
the
you just like
highest form.
appreciate that vulnerability? Like it's just you and the water fountain. It's a very.
I just like getting water
I feel like
from
you're
the
making
water
a sexual
fountain.
Daquan.
No, I'm not trying to make this. I'm trying to understand.
I just enjoy taking my reusable water bottle.
Oh, reusable.
Yes, this one that's right under my
I
recycling
thought you were talking
bin.
about like Deer Park.
No, not
Well, I mean, Deer
particular-
Park does sell reusable water bottles.
I mean, I just take
Do
my.
it? Well,
my
I mean,
blue
kind of. They
blender
got the
bottle.
little like nipple on it.
Not cool,
The
Daquan.
nipple.
Come on.
Is that the one that you like pop?
Yeah,
up
you
and then-
like pop it and you just.
Okay,
I don't
for-
think that's
okay,
reusable.
Okay, speaking.
It should be.
Okay, hear me out, guys. Speaking of nipples, the Gatorade with the nipple, it's
I
very
don't-
different.
I don't
It's
know what
very
that is.
different.
Well, so basically, it's literally
it's like
just
the sports
Gatorade.
cap.
You know, we were
Gatorade
just
Sports
talking.
Cap 2.0.
Oh, the one where you can like squirt it into your
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
We're just
I
using
mean-
technical terminology here, Joseph. Come on.
I don't think
Come
it's
on, man.
technically called a nipple. I think it's just
I
pressure.
mean, it is a nipple.
It's just
It is.
pressure. It like because
a
how.
pressurized nipple.
Well then, let's stop talking about this. So.
Whoa, ooh, ooh. Guys, I'm looking under Joseph Bada's bed, and
Yeah.
I see a 12-pack of Deer Park. What have you to say for yourself, sir? 1, because it's...
Wasn't he the one
It's
advocating
bottled
for
water.
bottles?
Did you remember
Yeah,
what
I
he said?
was.
He
Yeah,
said...
he was.
No.
He
Did
was
you
pro
remember what he
water
said?
bottle.
Did you remember what he said at the first? You go to the garage, you open the fridge, and you get out water bottles.
No,
you say
it's
no.
not in the
And,
fridge.
garage at
and,
NCSS.
No, it's not in
and-
the fridge
no, no,
because my garage is cold
and-
enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. And you said, I buy those 32 packs.
Yeah.
Now I'm reading the label, and it says 1, 2. That's 12, buddy.
That's because my mom bought those ones.
Did your
Buddy.
mom also buy the 32 pack?
I buy the 32 pack.
You buy them?
I buy the 32 pack.
You consumer pig. You capitalist pig.
I don't think.
You
I
cap-
apologize.
You
I
are.
apologize.
You
Yeah,
are.
that's
you
kind
are.
of.
You
I wear my
you're
heart on my
buying
sleeve.
into the tap water confederation, the tap water industry.
No plastic.
you are
no
buying
plastic.
into that. That is.
That's when I need my fix, Joe. That's few and far between. Sometimes you just need water that hits a little different.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, I think-
I feel like that would be a really good tagline for kind of advertisement in a sense of if you were like selling sinks, for example, and like that would
Sinks
pretty
that
much-
are easy to drink out of.
yes.
Water fountains.
So I noticed a clear problem here. I don't think you're empathetic enough towards people who don't have the same
Whoa,
luxury
these are-
as you.
That's pretty.
Look
that's
at
pretty
the
serious
people in
acquisitions.
Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
All right.
Can they drink water from the tap?
Yes,
No.
they can. They're able to.
Well, I mean,
they physically can.
it's- That's
Is it advisable that they drink water from the tap?
no.
I don't know, Joseph. Is it?
However, that is for a numerous amount of socioeconomic and political reasons as to why they can't do that.
Yes.
I can see, like, from that perspective that you would want to advocate for bottled water, but in the context of a fairly trivial and frivolous discussion on which is better, I think that was kind of like bringing a shotgun to a gunfight.
Yeah, he's throwing out the long shots.
Yeah,
he's
that
trying
was-
to get me on my heels. It's not gonna happen. Firmly on the ground.
How did we get here? We were talking about energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we were.
So it would seem that what gives the both of you, well, I guess what gives most people energy is water.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Only sure.
Would you like to expound on that, Solomon?
I mean, I don't like after my like insane consumption of like tap water. I don't just
Copious amounts of top water.
like start like moving around like looking for something to do with energy. Like most likely I'm gonna go back to bed or something, right? It doesn't give me energy. It just fulfills a need, the need to quench my thirst.
Right,
Yes,
right.
right,
That is just the best method,
Yes.
in a sense. So, I guess, Solomon, asking you the question, what necessarily gives you actual energy as opposed to that kind of a one shot of water?
I mean, did I say when the girls told me my eyebrows look good in 6th grade?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So I would say-
so compliments.
Well, any sort of like validation, like just in the like sense of like what you're doing is right. So like, yeah, if you did like spend a long time on a paper and then you get a good grade on the paper, I mean, it doesn't happen to me, but like if that were to happen, like that'd be good. That'd motivate me. That'd give me some energy.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And so, I want to go back to McDonald's for a bit.
Okay.
Because I don't think I was able to properly just establish like how much I have like a disdain for McDonald's. I really don't like McDonald's.
That's what I like to hear.
So you see what happened was I was traveling to Virginia with my family, and one time we had stopped at a McDonald's because like it was early in the morning and we're traveling to avoid traffic and whatnot, and so we stopped into a McDonald's, and there was a breakfast sandwich, right? And it was like pancakes, eggs, and sausage. These are all normally edible things, right? Unless you go to McDonald's. And so I was given this sorry excuse for a sandwich. And
I feel for you.
my mom had it too, and so we opened it up and we looked at it and I was like, yeah, this will do. And so we ate it. I have never, and I repeat, ever gotten sick from fast food before until that day. And it hasn't happened since. Specific, and I know you might want to have the argument like, oh yeah, that was that one McDonald's. But how do you know?
Yeah.
Well, I have been to numerous copious amounts of
Good word.
McDonald's.
Good word, great word.
And
Great word. I
I have yet to gotten sick from any fast food actually, including McDonald's. I usually stay away from McDonald's sausage just because I'm not really the biggest fan of sausage. So like, but if I'm getting breakfast, I'll probably get like the egg McMuffin or something, or I don't know. But yeah, I've not gotten sick from McDonald's. I think my McDonald's experience is actually pretty good. I usually get my food within less than like 2 minutes of ordering or something.
Well, of course, you have to recognize your bias as someone who is genetically impossible to gain energy from caffeine. Yes. I think that there's a bit of disconnect there. You know what I mean?
Specifically,
not pertaining to caffeine. No.
Specifically me, like my stomach used to just wasn't having it. Like if there was nitrates in the food, that's tough. Like you're gonna be feeling it for a couple of days, right? Like if it was like not the best quality food, like that's tough. Like, like but you gotta eat it, right? So I was on a road trip one time, and it's happened to me with McDonald's. Like Daquan's story, the woeful tale.
I'm sure
so
it rings true for thousands of
yes,
people.
Thousands of you guys listening, the billions of you guys listening. Okay, This particular instance was my family was driving down to Florida to meet some family, right? Now, as we all know, Florida is kind of humid. Also, I'm going to go off on a little tangent here. Florida water is disgusting. I drink bottled water in Florida, and that is just a testament to how disgusting the Florida tap water is. All right, back to the story. So, it's hot, and it's humid in Florida, and we were driving down there in the summer, right? It's a 12-hour drive for us. This was hour 8. Okay, so we stopped to get some food. We stop at Burger King.
Well, there's your first problem.
Yeah, there is my first problem, right? But it was the only. I could either have a gas station like the 7-Eleven hot dogs like on the rollers. Could either have that, or I could have the Burger King. What? I'll make do with Burger King. No problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's got burgers.
So
got
anyway, this dude gives me a sandwich. Now, you expect to have.
You'll get a burger at Burger King?
It was a burger.
Okay.
I apologize. But you will see in a moment why I called it a sandwich. And I
Okay.
left one key word out of that. Okay?
Oh my.
So usually you expect, let's just say the classic American burger. All right, you got ketchup, you got mustard, pickles, maybe a little bit of onions, some lettuce, maybe tomato, you got a big old beef patty, you got some cheese, between 2 sesame buns, right?
Mhm.
All right. This sandwich was 2 sesame buns, a sorry piece of lettuce, a little flimsy little burger, okay? And then the most mayo you have ever laid eyes on. The most mayo. It was a mayonnaise sandwich. It was a mayonnaise sandwich, okay? I vividly remember.
So was it just like the sandwich, like a bottle of mayonnaise in the bun?
Pretty much, okay? I remember we had been on the road for like 10 minutes after that.
Oh yeah.
Started quaking in his boots.
Dad, you pull over? Like the salivating started to happen. We all know what that means.
Oh no.
It's yeah, we're about to vomit all over the place, right? So we pull over to the side of the road. I jump out of the car. This was the most violent like experience I have ever had.
no.
Okay,
God.
this was projectile vomit, right?
I'm gonna have to rate this podcast as hard.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool. There were cars just zooming by. It was humid. That was probably the worst I've ever felt.
Oh yeah, especially
Well,
since like
Were you
I
in
could've used?
Florida?
You know what I could have used? Some Asheville, North Carolina tap water, some well water.
Were you in Florida at the time?
Yeah,
That's your second problem.
I mean, we had cloth across the state line.
Yeah, that's your second problem.
That is my
there.
second.
well,
problem.
yeah, because like,
First.
once you cross Florida, once you enter Florida, it's kind of like
It's just downhill.
it's an alternate realm, honestly, because it's just like it's like hot plus,
Yeah.
like hot with advanced topics.
I mean, like, no shame to, like, anybody from Florida, but like it is just a
Yes.
It's-
Well, I mean, like
not to certain people, it's a whack place.
It is
Florida
a whack place.
is-
But okay.
to be fair, like they do like breed superhumans there. Like, have you heard of
yeah,
Florida Man?
Yeah.
Florida Man is.
Have-
Florida Man catches alligator in River Creek.
I am scared for the
Florida Man
senior
catches alligator with alligator.
I'm scared for the senior citizens of this world because I would say probably about 50% of the population has like grandparents or like relatives living in Florida. Like, would you?
Yeah, it's like
does-
a vacation spot,
does-
right?
Well, yeah. Does anybody in this room? I have.
I
have
don't.
family.
I do
in
not.
Florida.
All my
Oh my-
all my
you're
relatives
making
are
me look
either
bad.
east or north.
All of my relatives are either not in the country or north
Okay. Well,
or in Texas.
or in Texas. Okay.
Texas, well, it's honestly weird how like Texas is still relatively seen as cooler than Florida.
Texas is much
Houston.
cooler than Florida. Houston's a very nice place. Dallas,
I've never been.
depending on the part of Dallas, it's pretty cool.
Um,
Much better than Florida. I can tell you that.
yeah, back to Florida though.
Sadly, yeah. Like who realistically is letting their grandma run around like in the midst of the Florida man? Like, who would let this sweet old lady like? Who'd subject her to that kind of danger? Who in their right mind?
Well, I mean, I think that's like because the consensus, at least from I've seen around popular culture, is that when citizens become senior citizens, a lot of people tend to stop caring for them. In a sense, that, well, I mean, like,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Because, like, I don't mean that to in like any rude or to be ostentatious, but
It's a good word.
a great word.
It's a great word.
But I think that once you become like super like duper old, like people don't really want to be like near you in a sense. There's no way I can say this without like sounding off.
I think it's because like,
because like at that point it's just like
Gets real on the Quixotic.
it gets but like it really does get real, because what better way to be confronted with your own mortality than to see an old person?
yeah.
I mean, it's
like,
also just like their health is deteriorating. Like, do I want to like shower this person like for like 6
And of course,
years?
like
I mean,
hashtag not all old people.
yeah,
Not-
definitely
yeah,
not.
of course.
I mean, I have. And
All you seniors,
did
I
you
love
see him
guys
when
listening.
The Quixotic topic does endorse seniors.
Yes, we do.
I brought it was kind of like that family friend I was talking about. I brought him over here. Did you see him? Like the old guy.
Yeah.
The podcast didn't see them.
Well, the podcast is Solomon
Well,
saw him.
okay, let me
Let's
give a
saw him.
brief description. Okay,
Oh,
so
I
basically, he
know.
was a guy and he was old.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like turning 90, I think, or 91. He's old.
Respectable.
Either way, he still drives somehow.
That's good.
Still walks, no cane,
That's good.
no walker. And not only that, he cares for himself as well. So like he's not in a retirement home. And also, he like showers me with gifts. I'm like, bro. I feel like once you get old,
You just don't care.
you don't care because you have, especially if you're like rich and old, you have all this money and you have nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think it would be beneficial to have like an old friend,
Yeah.
or like not necessarily a sugar daddy,
Oh
I was
my
about to
God.
say.
not a sugar daddy, but just like
Well, I mean, I think, well, because this family friend of yours, like, he's definitely not a burden. Like,
no, he's not a burden at
He
all.
contributes to like the atmosphere that is the family.
Yeah.
Do you think?
But like, it's when they have
Hold on.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, actually no. Finish your thought.
I think it's just like if an old person like has gained some illness or like their brain is deteriorating or something, like that becomes, I mean, like realistically it just becomes a burden on like the person that this old, like the family that this old person is staying with. So nobody really wants to just like spend a lot of time like helping this poor old person out, but like it doesn't mean like people don't feel bad for him, but like I feel like my great grandfather, like he was very like self-sufficient. Like he did like volunteer work and he like mowed his own lawn and stuff, and like he was like 90, 91 or something. So that's good, but like if your health is deteriorating, like people just sadly don't want to be around you.
Yeah, and so like I don't want Florida to seem kind of like the old people depot, where it's like you go drop off your old person. But like one thing we do know about
He's like put him in a daycare.
That's a nursing home, Joseph.
Same thing.
anyway, I think that one thing that's also important to remember is that old people are like super duper smart, and so it's because like they've literally seen it all,
Yeah.
and so I think it might be interesting to see if one of the greatest conspiracies of all time is that a bunch of old people got together and kind of produced the sense of Florida Man, because like Florida Man has presence, but he doesn't have a face.
That's
They're
just
just
boomers
puppets.
being boomers.
They're just puppets. Let's refer to them with some respect, Joseph.
Sorry.
Come
Baby
on.
boomers.
But
Yeah, they're-
wow, yeah, I mean that is the name of the generation, I guess. But like if the whole, well, let's see who runs like it just would take some research, but if we looked into who ran like the publications in terms of who was getting these Florida Man stories out, and it just turned out to be like a ring of old people who were just screwing with us, I think that would be kind of a really good linchpin to underpin this entire discussion. Of course, that's not like the actual reason. The real reason is that Florida doesn't have any kind of laws preventing
People catching crocodiles.
well, no, not that, but like releasing why someone was arrested, because like literally in every other state, well, at least most other states, there's a law that's like, okay, if you get arrested, we can't really tell the public why. Florida doesn't have that.
Yeah.
So like, regardless of what you get arrested for, like it is free game, and so journalists were just kind of like, yeah, this is a good story.
It's
And
clickbait.
yeah, it's literally it's kind of clickbait, but the thing is, everything
It's the truth.
Well,
everything
if
is true.
you see
Yeah.
like the title, like local Florida man like fins off 18 cops while on cocaine, like wearing a Milo Pony hoodie, like that could very well be like that could be a headline. Like who's not going to use that to promote their small? Because it's not like the New York Times is like
Yeah.
posting these, but like I respect it. I respect the hustle.
Very respectable.
It's very respectable.
We'll just have to wait for the Florida Times to release an expose on the ice water scandal, and I think that is where we're going to end it. Thank you again for joining me on the Quixotic topic. Again, I'm joined by
Solomon Salito.
And Joseph Batta.
and as always, this is DP from the QT signing out. Catch you next time.